Finally frickin' made it. Hefty counterattack, but now if we counterattack into them, especially if one of you goes here, the rest of you assist. Hey, Agrippa. Been avoiding playing anything too Asia-centric until it's out. Yeah, me too. Australasia's been kind of the exception to that rule. You are actually wounded. How long for? Oh, 10 more days. You're fine. And you seem to be on the offensive a fair amount, although this army is technically meant to be a defensive one. I love the fact you're an artillery officer and an infantry officer. Can't for the life of me get my viewers' interest in Planetfall. If you ever want to do some sort of co-op, let me know during the game, but just a lack of engagement. I haven't actually done any Planetfall yet. I've got the code. I'll probably do it next week. So we'll see how my viewers like it. Has divisions. All three of them do. Oh, yeah, one of them is wrong.
Next, sir?
Alright.
Orders, sir.
You two were supposed to be there.
Where to, boss?
And you were supposed to be there. Go. Yeah, I was in the Planetfall preview like 2 months ago, and I enjoyed it. I just need to play it again. But I've been trying to do Total War 3 Kingdoms, but that's not been nearly as viewed as I'd kind of hoped. Especially as the DLC has only been out for, what, 3 days? But that might just be because the DLC is rather average. Yeah, the space dwarves are what really drew me to it, and the fact that the their beards are their breathing apparatus. I thought that was very clever. 2 cruisers, 9 destroyers, and 3 convoys have all been sunk. How many ships do you even have left? I've been sinking you left, right, and center. Not many. Ooh, and no convoys. Interesting. So if I do manage to get their armies trapped somewhere, then they ain't gonna recover.
Yes, sir.
So they do have some units here. Whether they're garrisoning or if they've just arrived, I'm not sure. I have a feeling that the submarines have been sinking a lot of reinforcement units. Reichspakt have now lost 16 million to our 8. I hadn't realised they'd lost quite that many. Germany's lost 4 million. And I've barely even got started on them. I've only got 300,000. 300,000 for 9,000. That's not a bad ratio, is it? I think that's a pretty good ratio. I'm second highest kills against Canada too. Interesting. Possibly India as well, though I suspect that's now going to be Qing. No, Bharati is. I'm second. Alright, Moresby. Mission accomplished. Let's go and secure your surrounding territories.
Alright,
You
sir.
are basically just going to walk here. And you... I'm going to go there.
Where to, boss?
Oh, you might actually be doing suicide attacks against this stuff. Please don't. Not yet, anyway.
Where's next, sir?
Murder, murder, murder. Loads and loads of Swedes are dying. In Indonesia, for some reason. And Finns. And more Swedes. Dutch. Flemish, Flemish. Flemish. Finnish. Who keeps taking Makassar? More to the point, how?
Alright, sir.
Oh, there's a shipyard up there. I hadn't even noticed.
What are your orders, sir?
No, 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 no. Why'd you abandon that? Hold on to the port, you idiots. It's kind of important. Important? Ah? Ah? Yeah, that's terrible. Alright, CSA, what are you doing? They have 15,000 convoys. Are you kidding me? Please start building some actual ships. I thought now that you've won the Civil War you might have changed your production. You have? Oh, okay. Into war, Weltkrieg, 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 Weltkrieg, pre-Weltkrieg, just to break the mold. Weltkrieg, 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 Weltkrieg. Okay, so they are not going to be very effective, but at least they're not just convoys. Is Serbia still standing alone? Yep. I think it's because all of their attacks are coming through here. Because Austria is neutral. So it's basically this one province versus these two provinces across the... what would that be? The Danube. But I do wonder how many casualties they've inflicted. The German-Romanian War. Here we go. Serbia's lost 300,000. Germany's lost 3.8 million. Oh, that's against everyone, though. That's also including the Japanese side. Fair enough. The French Commune still alive? No, they died a while ago. As did the Union of Britain. The Union of Britain died to Canada, who formed the British Reconstruction Authority and then the United Kingdom, and then were themselves invaded again for a third time, taken out by Germany. can I give a layman's explanation of how a naval invasion would take place? Well, I've been doing several of them. You asked a little bit late because I've just done a naval invasion, taking out all of the pockets over here. So every single port is now being controlled by my marines, which is starving all of the supply throughout the rest of Papua. But yeah, I'll try.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, make sure you have a marine selected. Very important.
Yes, sir.
Then you press the naval invasion order, which then gives you all of the ports. Those are the shaded ones. You select the port you want to use as the attacking with a left click, and then you basically right click where you want it to go. So say we want to attack Hollandia for whatever reason. We do that, and now we can see the line going over there. It is usually recommended to attack the zones on either side, although be warned that is also slightly more risky, because if you fail to take Hollandia and these two are out of supply, you have no ports, they will die. However, if you do manage to land the troops on either side, then you can do 2 land attacks from either side, plus the naval attack, and you just have a higher chance of success. But if you don't do it quickly, or if you're in an area where the enemy can concentrate a lot of troops very quickly, it is very risky. So then when you have that, you press enter. That locks it all in. Then you can choose what units you want to assign to that plan. So basically hold down control, left click, and now this one division is assigned up here. Then this bar here to the right of the general will slowly tick up as he prepares the invasion. You then press that button, boop, and then he'll launch the invasion and attack. However, you do need to make sure that you have naval superiority. So if you go to the naval view, anything in green, you have positive superiority. You must have superiority for every single sea zone that this line passes through, which is why it's very difficult to do like a naval invasion from Germany to America, because you'd have to do control, 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 and then the target. That's challenging because your ships probably don't have the range for that. So that's why you kind of want to jump from island to island, which is why the war in the Pacific was so important between Japan and America, because they were helping islands trying to get to each other's home territory. If you wait longer, does that mean the invasion has a higher chance of success? No. The only thing you need to do is wait for the actual invasion preparation to be done. And that can be a long time. It is increased by the number of troops assigned to the invasion. So if you're attacking with just one guy, you'll probably complete the preparations in 3 days. If I had 24 units assigned, it would probably take the better part of a year. That can, however, be reduced by technology, as was actually pointed out to me today. The higher your transportation technology will also reduce invasion preparation times. That reduces it by 50%, and then that's a further... Oh no, that's just invasion speed. So landing craft will reduce the preparation time. Also, your commander skills matter. So if you get the invader trait here, invasion preparation time is slashed by another 30%. When is the community multiplayer for EU4? Not decided. Probably not until I am back in October. So this actually gives me a good opportunity. I'm doing a multiplayer game of vanilla Hearts of Iron tomorrow, so Sunday. That's starting at 3 o'clock British Summer Time until about 6 o'clock British Summer Time. If you wish to join in and play some multiplayer Hearts of Iron vanilla, then head over to our Discord, which Mystery Potato beat me on, and you will find all the information there in the multiplayer information tab. I have split up the factions, or I've predetermined the countries for each faction, so you will need to select one of those countries if you wish to play. And also, if you're playing as one of the majors, then please be sure that you're able to make the next 3 sessions. So this is planned to be 3 Sundays, because that's as much time as I can give to this. So tomorrow, Sunday after that, done. And everyone is welcome. You don't need to be a subscriber or anything like that. It's open to the whole community. And we want more players, so please do sign up. Basic is 7 days per divisions, reduced by tech, by general skill, and by having marine divisions. Amphibious tanks and mecha count as marines too. Wait, the marine divisions matter?
Where's next, sir?
I thought they just had a lesser invasion penalty. 7 days per division. Okay. And I think superiority can either be naval superiority or air superiority. I almost always do it with naval, so I'm never sure. Air superiority, I think, just makes it quicker. Not sure. There are still one or two things I'm not 100% sure about. Did I just assign all of you to that plan? I totally did.
What are your orders, sir?
Damn it. Get rid of that. That's not a thing I'm actually planning.
All right, sir.
You go through to here. That would be great.
What are your orders, sir?
And now you should be setting up a guard for that island, which you are. Now, are you complaining you don't have enough men? You're saying you need 49. You've currently got 43, so yes. I could just throw these guys out.
Where to, boss? All right, sir.
No, we'll leave them. Do I have YouTube videos on how to naval invasion and the like? No. One of these days I'll finish the actual naval tutorial, which I've been working on for a while. I wrote the script, I just haven't recorded it yet. And by script I mean I've got all the points that I want to hit on. I just need to sit down and record it. Setting aside 8 hours wasn't enough because I also had a bunch of other things to do. So I'll probably do what I did this week and just take another day off next week in order to get that, because I really want to, and a lot of people have been asking me, including Paradox. Paradox is like, hey, if you want to do a naval tutorial, you totally should, and we'll plug it. I was like, okay. Tutorials have been really weird for me. At one point, my Patreon reward, oh no, goal. My Patreon goal, if I hit a certain amount per month, I forget how much it was like 2 or 3 years ago now, I said I would do a tutorial, and the views that those tutorials got was pathetic. Like, I'm talking like 15 views for something that takes hours and hours to put together, so I just never bothered. However, it now turns out that one of those tutorials is now the most watched video on my channel. So thanks for changing that up, YouTube. I appreciate it. The tutorial is getting a lot of eyes and a lot of views now. But I kind of wish that was 2 years ago so I could make a more regular thing of tutorials. Like, that was a real... really made me a bit sour towards tutorial making. So I could put all this time into it and then it didn't get pushed out. One thing you might want to do, Mordred, is suicide the rat. Oh, that's good. That's a very good point, actually.
Take that, you wanker!
Because, yeah, this is a really hefty mountaineer unit, isn't it? Hadn't even occurred to me that that would be eating up my... In fact, with this one, too. I'll get rid of it just in case. So we'll change you into being an Argentinian garrison division.
What are your orders, sir?
And I'm just going to go ahead and disband you, which is too bad, because I like this... Oh, I can't. Can't disband it. Can I shift it? I can't change it. I don't think I can even change the template. Nope. That's completely locked. Yeah, you mean it when you say suicide him. I like that unit. It sounds really cool, but it's just not very useful for how I'm playing right now. I really want their equipment back too. Well, not even the equipment, the manpower. This seems too difficult. We'll just keep them for now. But am I able to make some more marines because I got rid of the other mountaineers? Yes! Okay, so expeditionary units did count, and in fact this will. Because I have only 5 marines per unit, this is basically 2 marines worth of mountaineers. Yeah, I need to get rid of them. I really do. Well spotted. Need to go somewhere where they'll be fairly easily surrounded. Or I can send them by sea to somewhere stupid. Except I have a feeling that my escorts are going to be effective enough where they don't get stopped. Oh, I know. We'll send them up to Japan. If I'm even able to. No. Yeah, naval invading to a random province is probably the best way to do it. Alright, 1944. Don't need those yet. Let's get some more defense and breakthrough. Turns out the rats will be this world's Czechoslovak Legion. Oh,
Where to,
yes.
boss?
I know what I can do. Or use them to clear the way into Siam. Wait, Britain still has ships? I thought you capitulated. Well, we're still sinking them. Speaking of which, what are you? You are an advanced cruiser. You are an unsung D though, so you actually need to get upgraded to an unsung D2. Ah, Vickers carrier. Nice. Let's get you done too. Ram Kangaroo.
Alright, sir.
Almost arrived. I'm wondering if there's anyone defending this. Thinking about that. Let's get you lot repaired before I forget.
Where to, boss?
I feel terrible. This is a really good unit. Historically as well. I'll go there. Esteban can go with them. Oh, you might still be getting supply through here. Need to make sure we get that full surround going. We have the submarines, we should be able to cover all of that. Now what I was thinking was trying to expand where you're sent out. This means that you will be slower to react, especially because you are slow. But I'm hoping that when we get the cruiser fleets, we can create a hunter-killer cruiser fleet. That's my ultimate intention.
Where to, boss?
Alright, off they go. Do not take the island next to Singapore, it's a trap. Singapore has massive fortifications across the strait. Yeah, I saw. One of the things you can do is destroy the causeway. And yes, it is guarded.
Alright, sir.
What are the regular Marines doing right now? Right, they're still guarding all of this. Go ahead and advance. We are still suffering absolutely horrendous attrition. Southwest New Guinea. Is that just because of infrastructure? Yes, actually it is.
Where to, boss?